glorious day for a race today. Leave it all out there. Nice and smooth. Let's get it all done all day long. I got a good feeling about today, guys. Do something pretty special today. Green, green, green.
Holy cow! We had the big one to end the race. Oh, we had a giant pack back here. Holy cow!
Here we come. Go, 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 go. Got to be kidding me.
Didn't even make it a lap.
Nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Wow, that was dumb.
What's up, everybody? Good evening. Hello, 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 hello. Thank you so much for coming out tonight here for this race at Darlington Raceway. Tonight we'll be racing the Xfinity cars. I believe it's 147 laps, 200 miles at Darlington. So a lot of action coming your way. I did go ahead and kick off the over-under prediction. We set it to 12.5. So be sure to get your bets in on that. If you're new here, we always do a prediction for each race, and we're gonna give something to the person that has the most channel points end of the season. So be sure to make prediction and put all your points into that. In the booth tonight, I have Billy Martin, and then I believe we'll have a couple people join us throughout the race. I know we have one guy coming a little bit late, but I'll be sure to update you guys as that goes on. Bill, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. This is Darlington, the Lady in Black. So we're going to be busy.
Yep.
We talked about it earlier. I think we're going to have a few cautions in the beginning, and then it's going to settle down. I did not a league race, but an official race the other day at Darlington. And to my surprise, it went green the whole way through the race. So
okay.
I think we're going to see that. I'm going to go under today. Under.
All right. Yeah, I mean, so I think I'm going with the under tonight too. I did run some officials this week. Obviously, it was a open, but I mean that doesn't really mean much. But a lot of the races I ran were pretty green. With that said, larger field tonight. I believe we have I think we almost have 40 drivers tonight. So a lot more potential for issues to happen. There has been some rule changes post Martinsville to the RC counter and what each level gets you. Basically, they bumped it down, so everybody's going to be on their P's and Q's as far as not racking up those RC points. RC points is just our way to tally incidents and penalize those who are reoccurring abusers of the incidents that are possible in a race, if I should say it that way. Basically bad drivers. So naughty boys get more RC points and they're penalized severely for that now. So hopefully that works. We'll see.
I was watching a race last night, and they were discussing how the next race they're implementing a rule because they've had so many cautions so far this year in their races that if you cause a self spin or you cause somebody else to spin on a short track, that you're automatically DQ'd. So that's how they're going to clean up racing. So We're not at that level yet. We're not going to have to worry about that. And this certainly isn't a short track, but it's not just us that's having an issue with the cautions and things like that.
Yep.
So everybody's going to go through rule changes. It's still the beginning of the season,
Yep.
but as we saw with the ARCA Series Monday night, they had a fabulous green race. They had only 7 caution flags, and that included the halfway break. So I'm just looking for speed.
Uh-huh.
A couple of guys we're going to hear from in-car cameras this week. We're going to have in-race reporters this week. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, we'll have a blast tonight here at Darlington, and then tomorrow night, obviously, the Majors Garage Cup Series will be running here. I believe they bumped that race to 100% length, so it's going to be a race of endurance. But as for tonight, these guys will be running 200 miles around here. A couple of keys to the race. I was always told to race the track here. Yes, your competitors are around you. Yes, other drivers are around you. But really what you're doing here is racing the racetrack. And a couple of things like saving the tires, especially limiting the slips out of 2 and 4. Really important on the long runs to keep your car behaving and keep that speed up throughout the run. Bill, do you have any keys to the race that we should look out for tonight?
You just nailed it. Race the track, save your tires. That we say that every week, save your tires, but this is one of those tracks that you really need to. It's an old surface, very worn. It just chews up tires. Another thing with this track is it's always changing throughout the race. It just doesn't have 2 lines that sticks. Sometimes the line moves up. Plus, when it gets cooler, that track gets faster, and that changes the lines as well. So it really is race the track. You're going to see a lot of guys with white paint stripes down the side of the car this week on the right side, and it's known as the what? The Darlington stripe.
Yep, exactly. Stay down the wall, keeping that right side of your car healthy is super important, because if you just knock it up a couple times and your car is gonna be super tight, you'll be in the pits getting damage repaired and quickly find yourself laps down.
Yep. Hey, I tell all you guys to stay away from women to begin with. That's why they call this place the Lady in Black. Even worse, the Black Widow.
Oh.
So
And
yeah,
sorry,
but
also, sorry, I was just gonna mention real
go
quick.
ahead.
We also have Hayden Higginbottom in the booth now. I forgot to pull him up at the start, so just wanted to be sure to give a shout out. Hayden, how are you feeling tonight?
Oh, I'm excited. This should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I think we have qualifying starting out. That brings up another point. I feel like qualifying. I mean, I say this every week, but qualifying up front is super important here. Getting passes done cleanly can be tough, especially if people have fresh tires. So qualifying, and then also believe that restarts, maintaining your position and maybe stealing a position or 2 is definitely something we might see, just because the nature of getting a pass done here can be tricky early mid run.
Yeah.
So
Especially turn 4, you see a lot of cautions coming out of turn 4. What
Yep.
happens is people get a little loose coming off of 4, and they overcorrect, and they come down and they door ding a guy underneath them. So turn 4 is not the place you want to be side by side here.
Yep, and also I just realized that we have a lap around the track that Nathaniel prepared for us, so go ahead and take a look at that.
Sports Chevrolet, and this week the Team Conti Sim Performance Dash Series heads to Darlington, South Carolina for a little battle on the East Coast. Darlington is a very old track, another one of those original tracks that NASCAR has raced on for a long time, and heading here this week, it's going to be a very fun race. I think the racing is going to be very clean. We'll see a lot of passes being made all around the track, guys going 3-4 wide on restarts. It's going to be very fun. The name of the game here, definitely saving tires, as the tires will fall off really badly here. Asphalt, the surface will eat just your tire grip no matter what. So making sure to conserve your pace and make sure it's all there at the end of the race. That's how you kind of win this thing. But as we go on board here, coming out of turn 4, of this number 82. Get a little bit better of an idea of kind of how to do a lap here. You see into 1 and 2, wanting to cut down low, get back up high as possible, close to that wall. It's the name of the game here, wrapping that wall, getting back down on the exit to 2, so you don't hit the wall on the exit of 2, as that wall will come up very close to you. Through 3 and 4, a lot wider of a corner. That allows you to carry that speed and momentum, and you'll head to the start-finish line here out of 4. And that's a couple laps around Darlington. Hopefully y'all enjoy the race. I think it's going to be fun.
All right, that was Mr. Campbell with the lap around the track. I think he does that all in one take. So I'm curious to know how many times he did that to get it all done in one take. But I mean, how many takes? So obviously it could have been more than one take. But you understand what I'm trying to say here. But so it looks like qualifying is going on. We can go ahead and head over to the track and see where exactly these guys are qualifying. All right. Well, actually, it looks like everyone's done with qualifying. So next thing we'll do is line up the grid and see who got the pole. I mean, looking at the live timing already, it looks like Colby DiCarlo is currently on the pole with the time of 29.29, and then right behind him, Cody Porter with the 29.36. But we'll get the grid all lined up and go through the entire lineup in just a second.
I cannot believe this, but it is snowing out.
No
What?
way.
In April? That's crazy.
Welcome to New England.
It was cold in Virginia today, and it was blowing like 40 miles an hour.
Yep, it was.
Stages are 45 and 90.
All right, it looks like the last person ran their qualifying. We should be gridding here any second. All right. As we see the drivers lining up on the grid, we'll go through the lineups. So as I mentioned, Colby DiCarlo starting P1 with the time of 29.287. Cody Porter P2, Joe Stafford P3, Oscar Jensen P4, Nathan Fuller P5, Henry Kallhoff P6, John Terrell P7, Barry Kramer 8th, Josh Stoltz 9th, Michael Deach 10th, Tyler Justice 11th, 12th Rodney Roberts, 13th Caleb Sheets, 14th Asher Bunkley, 15th Justin Bell, 16th Ryan Persinger, 17th Sylvain Joly, 18th Richard Myers, 19th Corey Mott, 20th Leroy Sellers Jr., 21st Jay Salmon, 22nd Dave Mayberry, 23rd Ted Lisby, 24th Joe Gibbons, 25th Tyler Krozak, 26th Alan Phillips, 27th Carl Field, 28th Zach Saunders, 29th Nathaniel Campbell, 30th Keith Hume, 31st Stuart H. Walker, 32nd Travis Dickinson, 33rd Joe Kotarski, 34th Sam Bennett, and 35th Bob Baker, and 36th Tyler Bellinger. And we have one more. Noah Hunt, I believe, is going to be starting 37th. And there's one thing I actually wanted to give a shout out before I forget. Had a driver reach out to us. Tyler Krozak, the driver of the 15 car, will be racing the Brady Electric race car tonight. Also Lion Motorsport, I see up front there on the hood. He said it was his dad's race car, so very proud to be driving that car tonight. Hopefully he has a good result here at Darlington.
Yeah, that's a good looking hot rod too.
Yes, sir. Looks great, Tyler. Good job, man. So the field should be rolling off here any second.
There we
Yep,
go.
there we go.
And look at all those cars.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it is throwback night. Not everybody participated, but keep your eye out for a lot of retro throwback paint schemes. And I'll actually give it a refresh here, just so I know if someone complains at me later, it wasn't my fault that their paint didn't show up, that they worked hours and hours and hours on. So there we go. Quick quick weather update. Sorry, 72 to 81 degrees today, so pretty warm track. Wind coming out of the northwest, 9 to 11 miles per hour. Partly cloudy, so look for those clouds to come in and out and heat up the track and the track cool off. So potential for adjustments to be made by drivers to get the most out of the race car.
The 71 spun off a grid and hit the wall, so I think they delayed it and gave him an ELO.
All right, that's good to know.
I hope that's not an omen.
I hope not.
I should add that to keys to the race next week, getting off the grid.
Getting off the grid.
Because I think we've had a couple issues with that this season, believe it or not, but
It seems that way.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, man.
We have a ton of cars at this track, and that alone is going to be trouble. So we'll see. I'm still going to go with my under. Still going to go with my under.
What was the
as I
number?
said, the pace car heading down the backstretch there. Everybody in chat, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Be sure to say hi. What's up in the chat? Have a great turnout. So we should be in for a good night of racing here at Darlington.
I love that Majors Garage 24, the old Michael Waltrip look from when he was running the Napa back then.
Oh yeah.
No, pace car is off. Coming out of turn 4, we're probably going to see a lot of trouble waiting for that green flag. There's the Geico restart zone. And there it is. Green flag is out. 2 trains headed off into turn number 1, side by side. Hold your breath.
Already some cars on the outside wall, but still keep it rolling.
Yeah, you saw
Oh,
it.
we have
You're
trouble
going to see a
in the
lot of
back.
that side. There it is.
I think most of the drivers were able to keep it out of the wall there, but we did have a caution come out. 93 initially got that turn.
Yeah, now let's see what happened. And the 93 already into the wall. Here comes Tyler, and
looks
yeah,
like
the
some net
93
code.
just comes down right into Tyler.
Well, thank goodness that both of them were able to keep it out of the wall, so they'll be completely fine to continue the race. Just some early nerves for them, but it did look like a lot of net code there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So we see, like we talked about, coming off of turn 4 side by side, and you see the 93 just kind of come down, and the 15 was just kind of holding his line, nowhere to go on that one.
So good job by those two to keep it out of the wall, keep the car clean for the most part. Tires might be a little hot, but really no severe consequence from that, other than getting shuffled back a little bit.
They'll be all right. A little more motivation for that number 15 car.
The commentator curse.
You know, it is.
I wasn't going to say anything. That's why
I
I was being
wasn't
positive.
either, but
I will.
I'm glad he brought it up where it wasn't me this time. So it makes me feel good.
We just talked about him. It's like clockwork.
Oh, man.
But the fact that he was able to survive the commentator curse without hitting the wall and ending his
For
race,
sure.
I think that in itself is a win. So
That's a win for sure.
yeah.
It is. Both those guys going to be all right. Although they are going to have to come get new tires, which is, I'm not sure how many sets they had this week, but You know, Darla, I don't care how many sets you have here. It's always good to have an extra one, and you don't want to waste them. There will be no 2-tire stops here tonight.
Yeah, those left sides, they get worn a lot here.
Yeah, there we go. Getting ready to try this one more time. One car just barely beating the pace car out. I love that big progressive banking you see. There is banking down low, but not really. It's more if we're coming out of the pits or something than anything else. But you see him coming down that long back straightaway. Now, turns 1 and 2, you enter turns 1 and 2 completely different than you do 3 and 4, and even coming off the corner is different. So 4 corners, but neither one's the same. And here goes the pace car coming down. The 04 and the 24 out front right now. Field is lined up 2 by 2, ready to go. Hold your breath. Let's do it again. This time the 24 car gets a nice little jump out there. He's going to head off into the corner ahead of everybody else. We're already hearing cars scraping that outside wall. You're going to hear that all night long, so get used to it. Everybody's looking clean. Everybody's got a different attitude. This time you see trouble towards the back. Not sure if we're going to stay green, but so far they're holding on. Where we're going to see trouble coming out of turn number 4. Look at these guys stretching it out down the front straightaway here, fanning out quite a bit. Now you see these cars fanning out like that, but
Let's
do
see.
they have a caution already?
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's see if I can find it. Oh man.
but Tyler is just not having a good night.
Yeah, that's two quick incidents for him. That's a tough one because that one's not on him either.
And neither one of them was. He's got to be going out of his mind right now.
Yeah, you see the 67 there. First one was pretty bad net code. This time 67 just self clears down the track and. Man, tough start for that guy. Sorry, Tyler. We talked about you early, so probably on us.
I don't know if it's on us. I mean, that was 2 quick ones like that. I don't know if he broke a mirror, kicked a cat, tripped an old lady. I'm not sure what it is. But if you think about it, all 3 of them should make you giggle. So we're going to get the bad jujus out, and now we're going to go racing green flag. We're going to have 50 green flags. We're actually going to have green flag pit stops, which is going to cause all kinds of chaos. That's the prediction. We'll see how close I get. What's the over under on that? Anybody want to take that bet?
It looks like we have 91% of people predicting the over and 9% the under, so a lot of people betting the over early. I did just realize I updated the tower graphic, so I accidentally got rid of the caution counters, so we'll have to do it manually. I'll keep a tally. You know what? I'll write it down on paper.
Well, for some reason, I'm not. Do you have this streaming a different way or something, or?
What do you mean?
Because I don't have the same picture that I normally have. I don't have the tower or anything right now.
Oh, maybe I streamed the wrong screen. Let me see. Oh, I know what I did. I think I streamed iRacing instead of my screen. Sorry
Yeah, that's what it was.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I don't mind. Now I understand why I didn't see the lapper on the track.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But out front, DiCarlo, Porter, Jensen, Stafford, Fuller. And there's another guy back there that I'm not going to mention because the last time I did, we all know what happened there. Green flag is out. We go green one more time. Trying to complete lap number 9 and come around for a green flag run. We'll see how far we can get. Carlos starting to step out a little bit. And already we got one car down
the 23
the
into the
line,
wall.
and he's going to go up.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Yep.
Man.
Wow.
These guys just can't get through turns 1 and 2.
I, at first, thought that was the 15 car, and my heart just sank in my throat. But let's check out what happened. It looked like we had one car get
23's got
squirrely,
loose.
hold on just barely, and just tried to lock it down, just came up. The 5 had nowhere to go. The 8 comes in and just nowhere to go on that one. So
Yeah, Nathan Fuller, a very skilled driver, always running up front, always has a lot of speed, just got loose out of 2.
It's all it takes.
He was a passenger.
Yeah. Oh, man, he got a good view of that one. Oh, perfect view. Perfect view. But, man, Fuller must... I hope he's going to be all right. He took a hard hit there. I know he's going to have some serious damage, but that's what happens here. It's so easy to get loose coming off that corner. And
yeah, especially if those track temperatures are up, or, I mean, even early in the run, you have cool tires. The grip's just not going to be there. So if you thunderfoot it just a little bit, car gets upset, and you're no longer in control. And John Woods currently kissing my channel points goodbye. Look, there's still hope. Don't quit. Believe in your bet.
Yeah, well, right now Santa Claus has a better theory for me than this one does. Yeah, I should have put it at 19. But anyways, we're going to get through it. Don't worry. We're going to have a few of these things. Like I said, we're going to have a few cautions in the beginning, and then we're going to have a nice green flag run. Don't worry about it. It's going to come happen. Trust me. Just trust me.
Yeah, and Nathan Fuller is sitting 6 in points, so he actually has a win this season, 2 stage wins, so he's a highly skilled driver. That kind of just shows maybe the condition this track is in currently, and might be a little warmer than the competitors thought it would be, but we'll just have to keep an eye on that. Everyone just needs to relax just a little bit, take it easy.
Yeah, well, once they get the heat into the tires here, I think they'll be a little bit better. Again, these cars, I think, are the most difficult ones to drive out of the 3 top series. And it just, for me, it seems as if it takes forever for those tires to warm up. But that's how it is for me driving these cars. And believe me, I'm no expert.
Yeah, and good thing for the 15 car, looks like he's able to get some more damage repaired. He's currently on pit lane, so that caution definitely coming out helps him out in that aspect. But
yeah, hopefully he's still on the lead lap. It should be, right?
Actually, it looks like he's about 4 laps down, so he might be parking it. Yeah, that might have been too much damage. I was trying to be positive, trying to be optimistic, but looks like pace car is back off on the pit lane, and we'll be taking the green flag here any second in the Geico restart zone. You see Colby DiCarlo on the high side get a great jump, and you'll have any lane to work with going into 1.
Download Jensen trying to hold on to that 97 car. Stafford's trying to get underneath him, and he almost had it, but Jensen came right back. He's going to move up to that 3rd spot for good.
Yeah, this is when guys just need to understand you have to give a little, you know, like if there's nothing wrong with just filing into position here. You know, we're 14 laps into this thing, so
I love that bright yellow, bright orange car there, the 43 car, the old yellow moving company truck. I remember those things back in the day. That was a great paint scheme. And right there, at Jarvis Stoltz car, you can hear those tires just screeching through that corner. Nice long straightaway. Lifts off, drifts up to that wall, gets back on the loud pedal, coming down the truck to that bottom steam, and then taking off down that straightaway. Now watch his line entering turn 3 and 4.
So ideally, you want to keep it on that bottom group there on those dotted lines for tire saving, but there is speed if you let it kind of float up like that.
There is, but also he's being very conservative, which is what we talked about. But you know, by doing what he's doing, he shouldn't have any problems getting on the throttle too fast and spinning. So this car's in the back going squirrely all over the place here. We talked about that coming off that corner and being side by side. This is a very difficult place to pass.
Yeah, but I thought long and hard about those keys of the race, and that was one of them. Coming off 2, you know, you got to minimize the tire slippage because it's very possible here.
You can hear it there. This place eats up tires. There we go.
So you see some side-by-side, almost 3 wide down the backstretch. Zach Saunders shooting underneath Sylvain Joly there in the in the 8 car.
Yep. 8 car was starting to move forward a little bit. Now kind of sliding back just a hair, but that 60 car seems to be on the move.
Yeah, he's an absolute rocket ship, currently sitting P13, up 15 spots. So not sure if we had issues in qualifying. You see Justin Bell in the wall in the 99 there. That's the kind of thing that will just hammer away at your car and eventually ruin your night if you do that too many times.
Yeah, you see him once again trying to stay off of it. Not bad if you hit it on the door, but unfortunately most of the time you hit it on those fenders and it does something to your tires.
It does, yep. So you see the 60 car of Zach Saunders working on Corey Mott. Let's go on board with Zach Saunders real quick and see if he can make this pass work. So he does have
great run off the corner. What a great run he had off the corner there.
Yeah, Corey Mott, a little bit low, taking the air away from Zach, though. Let's see if he can get a run off. Just doesn't quite have the run off to get the pass done. We'll just stick with him for another corner here. Looking high to try to get some momentum. Yeah, it's just a tricky place.
Yeah. Oh, the bright yellow and orange Menard Indy cars of the 90s and early 2000s. Seeing that car there, right in the 20 car. Corey Mott zipping through the corner with it.
Coming up to the front of the field, we have Cody Porter and Oscar Jensen. Jensen actually, he was inactive early in the season. I believe this is his first race back. Always was a fast driver, so seeing him in the top 5 early is not surprising.
Yeah, and you know, he was talked about a few weeks ago, you know, that he was coming back, and here he is, and right off the bat, he's delivering on what we were told was going to happen. So he was going to be out front, and we're going to mention his name quite a bit. So that could be a good thing or a bad thing. It depends on who you are. But right now, that one car has got about a second lead over Porter, and they're kind of just filling out where they are. Don't really see any side-by-side battles, everybody's kind of standing out front to back at this point, which is where you want to be. Clicking off some laps up to lap 23 right now, getting ready to come across 24.
And I did see Rodney Roberts, Caleb Sheets battling hard through 3 and 4 last lap. You see Caleb Sheets with a great run off 4.
Sheets had to back off in order to get out of there. And you saw how, being that close to the car in front of him kind of took the wind off of his spoiler and got him a little bit squirrely. And what's bad about this track is if you're close like that to the corners, not only is the car in front doing it to the car in back is taking some of the wind off that rear spoiler as well, which makes the car in front loose. Such a technical, difficult track.
Yeah, and if you're going to make the pass here in the 1, you just have to be uber careful not to get tight and go up into the car and top. Just like that, you see Caleb Sheets wash up into the 22 there. Did I call it, or did I call?
You called that one.
I called it.
You definitely called that one.
So it was like they were demonstrating.
Or you spoke it into existence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I manifested
Your fault.
it.
I blame Thomas strikes again.
And it's not because I've done that before. That's not why I knew that was going to happen.
Sure.
Yeah, you see Caleb Sheets on the inside here going into 1, and you just do everything you can to keep that car down, but I mean, he had way too much momentum there, and just got a little aggressive, and that's why it's hard to pass here. You can't hesitate, and you can't half-ass any pass here. It's just you have to send it when you have to, and then when you have to back off, you have to back off. So a lot of damage to the 26th there of Caleb Sheets, and his competitor in the 22, Rodney Roberts, gonna both be coming in to get some repairs done there. And I think we're going to have quite a few people come in for tires here. Corey Mott and Caleb Sheets, as I just mentioned, Michael Deitch, Oscar Jensen, who we saw running up front just a minute ago on P3. Dave Mayberry, Leroy Sellers, Keith Hume, Sam Bennett, all in for tires. We had a good little run there. So might have some early takers to get some fresh tires and move up in this field.
Yeah, we've had a lot of caution flags. They really only have about 17 laps on these tires.
Yep, we've had 4 cautions so far.
Yeah, so if they go another 20 laps, yeah, now you're talking almost 40 laps on a set of tires. And I don't know about you two, but I can't do 40 laps on a set of tires here.
Yeah, how about if we get a caution again, we can pull someone up and ask how many sets they have, because that would give us a good idea too, what kind of strategies we might see.
Yeah, some of these guys will do. DeCarlo, Porter, and Stafford, I don't think they're going to stop anytime soon. So they're all in at this point. They just want to go clear. I know DeCarlo wants to get clear and just run away to the stage and then come in for tires. But some of these other guys really don't want to. But you see that 08 car, that bright purple car of Joly, he's moved up a bit. He's coming forward.
All right, and I don't want to jinx it, but let's do a crank it up this green flag here. If you're in chat, everyone throw those headphones on, crank up the volume, because this is always a lot of fun. Pace car is off on the pit lane. Colby DeCarlo is still P1, starting on the outside, waiting on him to restart this race. Green flag back in the air. DeCarlo getting the wall a couple times. That's going to slow him up. And Cody Porter gonna pull out ahead on the inside there. And we had to come out of the crank it up because it looks like we have another caution now. I jinxed it. I knew it.
I'm not gonna say you do it a lot, Thomas, but it seems like you do it a lot.
Yeah.
No, I think it's just, I don't know what it is. I don't think it's you.
21 got into the. Oh man, that is race-ending impacts there for both of those cars.
Yeah, thank God this is iRacing.
Yeah, they definitely need a trip to the infield care center.
Going forward with the 21, Travis Dickinson. See if he can outside wall race get turned. And that is caution 5 for people keeping count. And lap 31 of 45 in the first stage here. Hopefully these guys can, you know, definitely not a lot of laps left until the end of stage 1, but might see some aggressive moves. I miss the dulcet tone of Thomas' voice in my ears. I gotta look up that word. I'm looking up that word now because I'm not smart enough to know what it means. Sweet and soothing. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. That's the first time I ever heard that. Wow.
Yeah. There's a reason why.
And Nim4960, thank you so much for the tier 3 sub, man. Thank you so much. 11 months. Yep, anyone in the chat, feel free to give us a follow. That way you know when we go live. We have trucks. No, we don't have trucks on this channel. We have ARCA series, Xfinity, and Cup series on Wednesdays. And K9 Hero ARCA series is on Sundays, so obviously Xfinity Tuesdays. So be sure to give us a follow. That way you know when we go live for all your Crown Jewel Racing action here. And yes, we've had quite a few cautions. I believe it's 5 now. We had some good green flag racing there. But look, we're all learning. We're all learning here. And we got a lot of fast guys in this field, so once we get the field size down a little bit, we should see some great racing here.
It's gonna be just fine. Believe us, it's gonna be fine.
And we did see DeCarlo get into the wall twice on that restart, so it's completely just stalled his momentum, and Cody Porter was able to pull ahead. Now, I don't know if the 4 car or Josh Stoltz will be in command of this field, but I believe it's Porter. Yeah, it looks like it's the 4 car.
Ooh, 16 hits the wall hard.
Oh, no.
Oh, I think they got turned.
Yeah, caution comes out again on the restart there. And that could just be old tires, just people spinning their tires on the restart, missing shifts.
Could be the announcer's curse.
I didn't say anything that time. That's not on me. That is not on me that time.
Yeah, that's what I'd say too.
Trying to identify where this went wrong. Oh yeah, 16 in the wall. I think he just spun his stuff and caused a checkup. Don't think there's any.
They threw it over that.
Yeah, I think that was a manual throw. So no damaged cars there, just some damaged egos. which is sometimes more more dangerous than a damaged car in iRacing.
Well, well, this is hopefully.
Yep. I was really excited for the crank it up, so I feel like because I was pumped to do that this is what I get now.
I feel like we gotta run it back.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again. So next time we go green, we're just gonna let it happen.
Yep. All right.
Oh man. Even my system's acting up right now. I can't get any of the chat stuff.
That was a safety caution I threw. So we have race control in the chat. I feel like you should be really busy right now. Not talking to us, but yeah, it looks like you threw the manual caution there. Yep, you saved the field. Good job. You saved them.
This time.
You did your job, man. As we see the cars choosing. Are you guys wanting to start on the outside or inside here?
Outside.
Outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like going into the inside, as we saw Caleb Sheets do earlier, you can kind of just overdrive it and cause some havoc. But
I just feel like coming out of 2 is so much more difficult than the inside. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Very difficult.
I think you're shifting, doing everything you can to get a good jump to get in front of the car. Then you got to go to the high line to enter into turn 1.
Yeah.
And you'd much rather just get a good jump on the outside to get a good angle into turn 1 than have to make that maneuver. So I'm definitely all in on the outside here. And here we go for crank it up.
Looks like we have another caution out coming out of that crank it up 22 in the wall. I believe that's Rodney Roberts. Let's go back. That's tough to say. Let's watch that back one more time. See a 3-car get a little bit tight up into the wall and just cause a 22 to go down, and 3 just getting in the back of 22 there, causing him to get loose into that inside wall. Unfortunate there for the 22 because he did everything he needed to do to avoid the 3. It's just sometimes it just meant to be, written in the stars. But 3 car definitely broke the golden rule, and that's do not interrupt the crank it up. So shame on that man.
Same.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to punish him tomorrow. Oh man, yeah, one guy I'm surprised Stafford has fallen back. You know, he's in the pits right now. He was doing well in the beginning of the race, and man, I think he might be short pit. What do you guys think? With 5 laps to go before the end of the stage, you think he's going to short pit, and then when we get ready to go green for the next stage, he'll stay out?
Yeah,
Maybe.
it looks that way. He did go in for tires there, so he'll be coming out around position 20. And most of his competitors, if not all of them, have not pitted yet, so we should see him slide up to the front as this first stage ends here. All right, chat. What do we think?
Yeah.
Did we like the crank it up? Was that cool? You guys happy? I like that Reaper car, 6 car up top. Tyler Justice. I think he actually took the win at Miami, Homestead Miami, if I'm correct. So he's a very speedy driver. Yeah, I was right. Tyler Justice P1 at Homestead Miami Speedway. So a lot of pace on the outside line there, above Cody Porter. So he'll have his hands full coming to green here. And it looks like Tyler's actually up 9 spots. So great start of the race for him. Looking for him to be fast here at this stage. I'm so smart. I remember stuff. I'm good at that.
They're off 54. Getting ready to come out of the corner. Let's go green one more time. Geico restart zone. And there it is. We talked about it earlier. Which line would you rather have for the restart? Well, that 4-car Porter, he took the inside line, and he gets that jump out, and he's going to be able to clear everybody as they come out of turn number 2. Excuse me, turn number 2. That's right. I forgot what end of the track we're at. See, one car bounces off the wall again. Everybody gets there. We're going to be okay. Porter, Justice to Carlo, front to back as they come through 3 and 4.
Porter 20 gets into the 98.
Oh, no!
Oh, he spins him in the inside. Are we still green? No,
Well, there it is.
Caution's out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to mention, I did not talk about either one of those 2 cars.
Yeah, Tyler showing a lot of pace on that restart. I was about to go on board with him so we can see if he was able to get that pass done before the stage. Don't know if they're going to call it here. I don't know if one of you guys can get that confirmed. I think they're going to.
What did you say?
If they're going to call this stage.
Let's see if I can go back to this. Oh. They're saying that was a stage, yes.
Okay. So winner of that stage will be the 4-car of Cody Porter, P2 Tyler Justice, 3rd Colby DiCarlo, 4th Josh Stoltz, 5th Henry Kallhoff, 6th Sylvain Joly. So those will be all the cars receiving points for that first stage there. And we should see quite a few drivers come in to get some fresh tires and fuel here at stage N. And I'll go ahead and pull up Cody Porter. You guys can interview him while I go to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. I'll pull him up first, though, for y'all. Where is he at? Moonshine Motor Club. Hey, Cody, you're in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir.
All right, these guys are going to interview you because I got to take a piss. I'll be right back.
Cody, how
Yes,
is
sir.
the track and how much is it changing already?
It's changed quite a bit. It's gotten a little bit looser with the temperature coming up. I think we started 80 degrees and we're at 100 already. Honestly, I can't tell all too much because we keep getting cautions.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it cleans up here soon because it's very frustrating.
Yeah.
But
We've seen that, a lot of cautions already. You starting to have flashbacks of the last couple of weeks or what?
Oh god.
yeah, I was really hoping this race would be a little cleaner, with the not really having a huge racing surface, but hoping it cleans up after this stage. Fingers crossed. Pray for me, guys.
Yeah, I
Only
think
hope.
it'll clean up, and I think you're gonna be all right. Hayden, do you get anything?
We were talking about earlier about choosing. Would you say you want to choose the outside more than the inside for restarts?
I think it really depends on who's beside you and who's behind you. I'm playing that into factor every time I choose. I don't think there's a better lane here per se unless you're the leader, and then maybe the outside could be better.
Fair enough.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, I hope so, because he's getting ready to go green, and we
Okay,
can't
let me
drag
get you
him.
back. Let me get you back. Good luck, man. You're the best.
Yeah, good luck,
Thank you.
Cody.
That was Cody Porter, driver of the 04 car.
Just in the nick of time.
I was hoping you were gonna make it before they went green.
So up front we have Keith Hume, Joe Stafford. We were just talking about Stafford flipping the stage there, so did work out for him though. He had some competitors behind him with absolutely fresh tires, so it would be a tall task for him here early in stage 2.
Well, boys, I gotta go reboot, so I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right, man. Green flag in the air for stage 2 Darlington Raceway. On board with Joe Stafford here. See him rolling it outside, hoping to get the momentum. Coming out his turn 2 here. And Keith Hume directly under him, gonna let him get the position and slot in behind him for P2. In the back, we
Oh,
see
the
cars
52
in the
just got
inside
turned
wall.
by the 76. The 76
52 in.
Oh! I thought the 76 was gonna come back up.
76 able to get it slowed up and preserve the rest of the field, but as for the 51 there, is it the 51 or 52? 52, sorry, Barry Kramer.
Yeah, I think the 52 is probably done after that hit on the inside wall. That was a lick.
So you see some checking up done by the 52 for Stewart, and then coming out onto the back stretch, just comes off the wall a tiny bit, allowing
man.
the 76 to get into his left rear there.
Ooh.
Let's go on board
We
with the
get an
76.
in-car? Yeah. Oh,
Let's do the 76 first to see how much the
All right.
52 came off.
yeah.
1 second here. So you see the 52 rocking the outside here. Salmon running underneath. Let's see,
Yeah, it looked like... I don't think Jay came up there. I think
yeah.
he came off the wall and came down a little bit.
And then for all you crazies in the chat that love watching carnage and feel pain, here you go for right along with Kramer. You see him just come off the wall a little bit.
Yeah. Ooh. Man. That's a headache.
Yep. So Kramer being admitted to the infield care center currently, where he will undergo various tests to see if he's still with it.
I'm going to use the bathroom now since you decided to leave us.
Oh yeah, go ahead. So only a couple laps into that stage, we had our first caution come out. And I think that's, you guys need to check me here, but I think that's our 8th caution, not counting the stage caution. Hey, race control guy, Mr. Taft, was that our 8th caution, not including the stage caution? We'll wait on the answer there, but as we can see, pace car lights are off currently, so we should be green this time by. Front row, Joe Stafford, Keith Hume. And we saw Hume get off to a great jump last time on the high side, able to carry his momentum through turns 1 and 2. Green flag back in the air here at Darlington. You see Hume get a great jump, and Porter actually follows directly behind him. He's going to be able to pass the 4 car going into turns 1 here. Tyler Just is rolling that bottom side, and he's going to pass the 16 coming out of the turn 2, and he clears them. So Tyler Just is P4. You see out back, 20 car into the inside wall, and 71 actually into the inside wall late there. Carl Field. So Corey Mott and Carl Field, both victims of horrible wrecks there on that backstretch. And Corey Mott is the boss man around here, so he's probably not very happy about that one.
Yeah, I can confirm he's not very happy.
So you see Corey Mott coming off the corner. 76 just slows up a little bit too much, and the 15 just runs him over.
Yeah, the 15 definitely could have checked up there. A little bit of ARCA braking.
It's tough though, man. It's tough when people are slowing up in front of you.
100%.
Especially through there when you're getting back on the gas after mid corner.
True.
And we had Carl Field just up a bit. This was kind of a delayed inside wall impact. So the action of Corey Mott is ahead of him here. And as cars are checking up, you see Corey Mott flying in 26.
He just gets turned.
Just turns him there.
Wow.
Yeesh. Bubba and Larson moment. Yeah, I kind of understand that with coming out of 2 there. Man, so that's turn 2 has claimed 2 more victims there. I mean, really, with Carl Field, he didn't have his incident until further down the backstretch, so.
It's like Joe Gibbons is running a modified car out there. He's got no hood.
No problem for cooling on that car.
No, that engine's very cool.
Man, I'm so funny. I make all the best jokes.
We're down to 22 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, we're in, I think 90.
We're not even at the end of stage 2.
What, 73 would be about halfway.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, welcome back.
I haven't missed anything, have I?
Oh,
No,
just another caution.
Yeah, we had a bad wreck. Corey Mott out and Carl Field out of this race.
Well, I saw that wreck. That was right when everything started going haywire on me. But what? Stage 2 now, 9 laps in. Oh no, that's right. That was the end of stage 1 is when I saw those cars crash. So they get into another wreck.
They did, yep.
Yeah, the 15 hit Corey from behind, and then I'm not sure who turned Carl, but somebody turned Carl away after the wreck already happened.
All right. Well, out front, Stafford has come up. Oh, we saw him come in earlier for that early pit stop. He's getting ready to take off. Porter on the inside. Justice, Hume, Phillips, and Joly. Right there, heading off into turn number one car way up. Joly almost hitting the wall, way up high. That's what I don't want. I do not want a car on my inside coming off the corner. That's why.
Yeah, up front looks like they single filed out, but back here, 8th through about 12th position, we have a gaggle of cars side by side, which can work here, but it's very tricky to get around this track cleanly. As you see the 97 of Oscar Jensen get up in the wall there, he's able to keep the momentum up and roll off the corner. I think Stewart just thought better of it there. He's going to back off a little bit and slot in behind the 97. But just as I say that, looks like the 98's giving Stewart a little bit of trouble, though. He's going to fall behind him coming down the front stretch. And looks like they're single filing it up, so they should keep the single. Going on board with Cody Porter behind Joe Stafford. See him get a great run on the backstretch right on the bumper of the 2 car coming into turns 3 and 4. Cody Porter looking to take the air away on the inside. He's about side by side with Joe Stafford coming down the front stretch. And he keep it off of him.
Man,
That's tight.
I don't know if I want to be racing this hard this early in the
Going 3 wide.
Yeah, you know.
Tyler Justice there just on the inside of Cody Porter. Let's go on board with Tyler Justice real quick. On board, not in board.
43 just rode the outside wall in 1 and 2.
Justice part of that Reaper team with all strong drivers. You see him really fighting hard. He's just a leader, and he gets another good run coming off the corner. He's going to get side by side with Porter, and Porter's just going to back off this time and let him go. Not grooved by him. Not Porter. Yeah, it is Porter, isn't it? Real Porter.
Yeah, Cody Porter and Tyler Justice.
Yep.
Yeah, so Justice to the lead. As I mentioned earlier, he won at Miami, so he's a very fast driver. Always shows up with great sets, and take the lead here in stage 2. Look for him to try to drive away. So we see behind them Zach Saunders in the 60 car looking underneath the 63 going into 1 and 2. And that's exactly what happens when you don't drive it up into someone. You just check it up and they drive away with it. So definitely a timing thing going into 1 and 2 to try to get it past on there. We have some
another
impact
car
in the back.
hard into the wall.
76 again from the wall.
That's the second time the 17 that's been forced down the racetrack coming out of 2.
One car there blinking. Little tight.
Yep,
And Rob, he's got a great handling car, but how annoying is that? The car blinking in front of him.
yeah, it's definitely not the best thing to see when you're trying to make some passes here. And just behind the 17, we see the 82 in the Jurassic Park car, Nathaniel Campbell. Looking on the inside here. Don't get too crazy, Nathaniel.
Oh, and 17 is in the
17
wall.
in the wall, so Nathaniel's going to roll the bottom on him.
Careful!
And 17 giving up the spot there, causing the 15 of Tyler Krozak to go inside. I think the 15's going to be able to get the pass done here, going through 3 and 4. And now Caleb Sheets on the inside of 17. So 17 getting the wall there. There's 1 and 2 is going to cost him 3 spots.
Man. Not what you want to happen, but it's still early in the race.
Yeah, but it looks like Zach Saunders and Oscar Jensen are fighting it out. And I want to say Zach Saunders actually was able just to pass Jensen that lap.
I'll tell you what, this New England weather is starting to drive me crazy. I was in a t-shirt the other day and now it's snowing out. So, oh, I am looking forward to my vacation. Oh, there's another car. We've had a few cars. That's the same car that's blinking. I think that might be the same car.
It's the 30. He's been blinking all race.
Yeah,
okay.
Bunkley.
And I know, but this is probably about the third or fourth race that we've seen his car have issues with blinking.
Oh, that's tight racing between the 98 there and Sylvain Joly in the 8 car.
Yeah, you know.
There. Hopefully Nathaniel can get through the 30 car.
Oh, and there it is.
We need the strike counter that the Cup Series had somehow.
And Zach Saunders working on the 63 of Henry Kallhoff. He's currently up 23 spots. Now rolling P5. So great start of the race by Zach, able to keep that car clean and move up through the field. He has quite a distance to travel to get up to Stafford, but able to get the pass done there cleanly. And Oscar Jensen will also follow him around Henry there.
Yeah, one car we see in the 13 of Stuart Walker, he's moving up now in A spot. And I think we need to bring him up here next caution, see what he thinks. I'm sure that's going to be entertaining.
Yep, Stuart Walker up 23 spots, currently 8th position. And right behind him, Keith Hume up 21 spots. It looks like Stoltz is going to be trying to rip that bottom. And man, I think that 30 car just caused Joly to get loose there on the backstretch. They need to do something about that car.
I haven't even seen the car. I haven't seen him for the past like 2 laps.
There's another car into the wall.
Yeah, I think that's
more people are complaining about the 30.
The Jay Salmon. Taft, if you're in here, get that 30 car off the track.
Yeah, seriously. He's dragging his bumper on my screen. It keeps detaching and coming back. Oh, Nathaniel got into the wall a little bit there.
Oh, another car off the wall.
Stewart looking for a great run off 1 and 2 here to get the pass done on 63. Doesn't quite have the momentum needed to get the pass done here. Let's see if we can. Legs are on the high side, so 3 and 4. And he's going to have a giga run onto the front stretch here.
I think he
Now this is when it gets
right
scary.
there.
Yeah, he likes just to slide in behind.
Yeah, he could have had that move, but it was just a little bit too close, and you heard him back off.
Yep.
He's got time. He knows that. One more lap, he'll wait. He'll do it all over again. But he backed off there to prevent a wreck. He just does. His car is just so much faster than the 63. The 63 should just, I don't know, it's early in the race, just get in the spot. So he's got plenty of time to make it back. But no, he's going to crowd him. Man, there's no reason for that. Stewart was well up his race car. So, if Stewart gives him a little bit of the chowdy here on the entrance of the corner, they can't blame him.
Oh, and he actually gets into the wall there.
Yeah, he's ready to come on up and let him know that he ain't happy about what he just did.
Keeping an eye on the splits, but this looks like it's the tightest racing we have around the track right now. 13 of Stuart Walker trying to get around Henry Kallhoff. And it looks like Henry has a little bit of damage on that left rear. Stewart looking inside here.
Stewart trying to stay clean.
I don't know how
The
many more
reason why
tries he's gonna
Stewart-
give him.
Yeah, the only reason why Stewart is behind him still is because Stewart is trying to run him and pass him clean.
Yep.
So you heard him back way off. Now he's got a good run, but he had to back up just a bit again.
Now Josh Stoltz has caught up to them since they've been fighting.
Well, what's going to happen is that 63 car is trying so hard. He's going to end up in the wall and taking all three of them out. There's really no need to race this hard at that
And they finally
time when
cleared
your
it.
car is just handling. Yeah.
Oh, and
Oh,
Stewart
there
in
he
the
goes.
wall though there. And Stoltz is going to take advantage of that. He's on the inside of the 13 now.
Yeah, and you know what? Look who else might. Stewart might have a problem now. Better off that corner, but man, it seemed like it took a corner or two for him to get rolling again, and he's still into the wall. Makes to wonder if maybe he hit the wall at the wrong angle and gave him a little damage.
He also was fighting. His tires might be pretty shot, probably pretty hot from trying to
In the
fight
wall
Henry.
again through 3 and 4.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So as I mentioned, yeah, I mean, like, you can take some hits on the right side there, but repeated hits, you know, eventually that car's just, it's going to stop turning for you.
Yeah. Not what you want to see.
Oh, so Josh into the wall there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think these guys, they were running so hard trying to keep each other going that they just burnt up their rubbers, and now they're kind of just holding on for dear life. And we only have about 12 laps to go. I'm sorry. Let me think. I can't really see. Is that
33 of 45
no? We only
for
have
stage
about
2.
12 laps to go before we go stage 2.
Yep, just kind of back or moving it forward here to the front of the pack, front of the race rather. We have Tyler Justice driving the 6 car in P1, has pulled a gap of about 1 second. Cody Porter behind him in P2, DeCarlo P3, Joe Stafford P4, Zach Saunders sitting 5th place currently, and then Oscar Jensen behind Saunders there. And then behind Jensen, Walker, who we just saw complete those passes, but a little bit ways off in the front 5 there.
I want you to look at that number 4 car. Don't forget, he went in about 5 laps before the end of the stage on with one of those cautions. He short-shooted this stage, if you remember. So his tires are a little bit older than some of these guys. And I don't know if 5 laps would really hurt at another track, but I think 5 laps would hurt you here.
Yeah, and saw Zach Saunders just get up into the wall there. I don't know if he was able to keep it out, but it looks like his car definitely was tight up into the outside wall exiting 2.
Looks like Nathaniel Campbell may have saved his tires. Passing him now pretty easily.
Yep, with a little bit under 9 laps now on this stage, Nathaniel Campbell's able to make his way past Josh Stoltz. Up 20 spots for Campbell, currently sitting 9th position. He's running a great line through here. Very disciplined on the throttle, coming out of 2. You see the 8 car there get out of the way.
Oh,
I
the 8 car.
I think it was just a lap traffic. Doesn't have a hood in that thing. So good sportsmanship there to get out of the way for the leaders. That's what it's all about. Good sportsmanship.
Exactly.
Yeah, you see
If
that
we don't-
green car in the back there, top of your screen? He just came around that corner sideways. He just had what you'd like to say, a movement. That 26 car, there he is again, loose, man. He's barely holding on to that car, and I can't blame him. Every car coming out of that corner is having the same issue. And if you ask me, this corner's even worse. Hold on.
The whole track is just hold
Yeah.
on tight.
Do you think he's saying I'm loose as sheets?
Boo.
All right, moving back up here. Looks like Cody Porter still trying to reel in the 6 car, Tyler Justice, who's pulled almost a 2-second gap now. So Tyler driving away with this thing, should be the winner of this stage with a little bit under 5 laps left.
We only have 5 laps now, yeah, so. That 13 car trugging along, he's gonna be okay. But Stafford, that 2 car, I'm sorry, it was Stafford that pitted early, not Porter.
Yep, Stafford pitted early.
Excuse me, it was
Porter,
Stafford. That's right.
He's sitting P3, so that strategy definitely worked out for him because
He certainly did.
P3
Because
going
I
into the final
believe
stage is great position.
Yeah, because he was in about 7th or 8th spot, I think, when he went into the pit.
Yep, then he came out around 21st, and then obviously he worked his way back up after flipping the stage there.
I'll
And
be
he
right
doesn't.
back.
He's
See
already
Caleb
locked
Sheets.
in. Hey, man.
Caleb Sheets looking underneath the 63 car, Henry Kallhoff, making better of it. He's going to run the outside here right behind Kallhoff. 1 and 2, try to cut down a great run onto the backstretch. And that thing is definitely snapping a little bit loose on him.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, kudos to that 26 car. I mean, we know his tires are gone, and he's still holding on. And he's going to.
Ooh, careful.
Whoa, hold on to your bridges. Look.
Ah, careful. That lap 1, or I'm sorry, the turn 1 tightness that you get when you're underneath the car is just always tough to manage. And 63 getting into the wall there. Caleb Sheets going to take advantage of that look on the
huge
inside.
run. And they're going to be the exact same situation. This time they touch. Or is that just the camera angle? Oh, that was the camera angle.
Oh, yeah, I was moving the camera around there.
Now that 53 car, he's going to come up and give a little bit of the counter in the back of the car to send him off the corner. And Sheets is going to struggle at first, but gathers it up. He's going to have a run up the corner, and he gets loose
super
as
loose
well.
off that corner.
Hang on, kid. One more lap, and you've got the point.
And while I was working the camera there, I did see Josh Stoltz actually drop down on the pit lane. I think he's going to try to flip the stage here. I think that's the play. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if he's... Not sure he's going to go lap down because of that. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I can see under a green flag. I mean, a yellow flag, but not a green flag. And thus, maybe he just was so bad he had no choice. Oh! You see the 4 car and the 17 car. They get into each other.
They should be calling the stage here any second.
So what kind of car is the 4 and the 17?
4 is a Toyota, and the 17 is a Chevy.
They must have been trying to make a Ford. Justice coming off the back corner, he wins the stage.
Yeah, I
But
believe.
we're still there. It is.
Yep, caution's out. So Justice taking the stage
Yep.
2 green
Now-
white checker there.
Now what they do is they wait for the 10th place car to go by before they call the stage. And Sheets was about 25 seconds behind Justice. So that's why it took forever for that to come out.
Yeah.
But But I'm glad Sheets held on there and got the points. His car was just, man, he was just trying to survive, like a piece of cake at a Weight Watchers meeting. He was just trying to hold on any which way he could go.
Yeah, don't know what the play from Josh Stoltz there was. I don't know if he just had some damage from getting the wall that he just had to get fixed or what, but we'll see where he comes out after all the cars shuffle through. But as for stage 2, Tyler Justice in the 6 car taking the lead early in the stage after a restart and able to drive away in a dominant fashion. So great speed by the 6 car. Let's see. Who do y'all want to pull up?
There we go. Let's pull up Stewart.
Let's see, Stewart.
Stewie.
Our track reporter. Mr. Rocket Man, you're in the booth. You got us?
Yep.
So, some tight racing there coming to the end of that stage. How's the car feeling?
It wasn't very good at the end of the stage. Kallhoff really held a lot of us up, and I just burnt my tires up trying to get around him. But we got a good race car. It felt pretty good on that long run until I burnt up the tires. So I think we definitely have a top 5 car on our hands.
Yep, we got some good onboard action there following you making that pass on Kallhoff. We were all happy that you were able to get it done cleanly. But how many sets of tires you guys have left?
Let me look for you real quick. Oh, choose cone. I have 3 sets of tires left.
3 sets. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, so you guys got some great green flag racing there. I don't want to jinx it, but I think we might see some green flag stops. So, looking forward to that.
It'll be interesting. I think the way that Darlington runs, how we get tight more often than loose on the long runs, we're going to see a lot of just people getting into the outside wall, getting damaged, and then pitting compared to, spinning out and wrecking. So hopefully we get some green flag. I think this car is good on the long run, and maybe we can try and get that first win.
All right, man. Well,
all right, buddy.
Looks like you guys are coming back to green, so I'll get you back. Good luck.
Thank you.
That was Rocket Man, driver of the 13 car.
Yeah.
And pace car lights are off, so we are coming to green for the 3rd and final stage of this thing at Darlington Raceway. Tyler Justice in command of the field coming to the restart zone. Cody Porter lined up to his outside and 2 spot. And DeCarlo, who's also a very fast driver, lined up directly behind Tyler Justice. Green flags in the air. Justice able to take that outside line and really drive it down into 1 and 2. And we'll keep an eye on DeCarlo and Porter just behind him, side by side, coming out with the backstretch. Looks like Porter is going to get a drive off. DeCarlo actually will get loose and shuffle down the track just a bit, allowing Joe Stafford to slide ahead into P3.
These guys are really kind of hammering it to him right off the start here. And we saw problems earlier where it was the cold tires kind of caused some issues. They figured that out, and they're gone. And right now, that black and silver car of Justice is waving goodbye to the rest of the field. I'm going to give him a new nickname. We might call him Skeeter Justice the way he's flew out of here.
Insane. Just insane.
And we are already single filed out, so a lot of the early restart shenanigans seems to be at the wayside at this point. So hopefully we'll get some good green flag racing. Following the 60 car, Saunders here directly behind the 97 Oscar Jensen, who I mentioned is the first race back at the CJR League.
These guys are really ripping off some pretty good laps right now as well. And, it just goes to show you how important good tires are here. They're already starting to show fall off, but compared to what they were running at the end of that stage, it's unbelievable. Seconds we're talking.
Yep, and Tyler Justice definitely is putting down some hot laps. we'll keep an eye on and see exactly how well he's preserving his stuff. Letting the car float up just a bit, about a half lane up from that bottom groove. Not too bad. And these cars, about second place through fourth place, are, I mean, really through like sixth place, are just right on top of each other.
Yeah.
Totally running away from it out front. But you can really kind of tell, this is one of those tracks that shows who's more experienced than the other. It is a technical track here, and you look at the time difference between first place and last place, and the last place car without damage, how about that? And they're running, you know, half a second or greater. So these guys are really starting to move out. But now we're at the point where it's just a regular 47 lap shootout at this point. I don't think we're going to see some good spots, do you?
We'll just have to see, actually. Yeah, only 46 laps now, so I think they can make it on fuel. Not 100% sure, though. There is possibility to save at this track. You're not always having to be on the throttle, so might see some of that too.
No, I don't want to say anything, but I told you we were going to have a nice long green flag.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
we had that. We got through an entire stage, and if you think about it, this race is flying by right now.
yeah, I mean, so if my tally's correct, I have 9 cautions without counting the stages. So the under was 12 and a half. And the over under was 12 and a half. Someone was complaining earlier that they just wasted all their points on the under, but look, if we stay green, then the under is very much alive.
Track temp just reached 110. Ooh. It's getting slick.
Yeah, that was one thing I meant to ask earlier. What was the track temperature at the start of this race?
It was like 84, 83.
Yeah. No, Hayden, we've seen a lot of cars lately going up and trying to cool their tires off way up high in the marbles. What do you think of that practice?
I've never seen that before, but that's, I mean, I guess it would cool your tires, but then you're picking up all the marbles. I don't know.
Are you talking about during caution?
Yeah, do you remember we saw that in the ARCA series, and I know, you know, there's a difference, but, you know, I have seen it in this series as well, so.
I personally wouldn't do it, but, I mean, to each their own.
Maybe if there was grass on the infield, maybe, but,
maybe.
You know, marbles just stick.
Yeah.
I don't know. And for really how much?
Yeah, I wonder how much it actually cools them off.
Yeah. It's kind of like when you weave back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, that really doesn't do anything but makes you look like that guy.
Makes you feel cool.
Yeah, but now we have just about 40 laps to go. This race is clicking down quickly.
You saw Zach Saunders get a great run off 4 there on Jensen. Jensen able to build a bit of a gap going through 1 and 2. Saunders is going to be looking on the outside. Jensen's probably just going to let him by there. It looks like that's the case. And something like that makes you think, is Jensen trying to save his stuff? Is he trying to save some fuel?
Maybe he just doesn't want to waste his tires trying to fight with somebody.
Yeah.
That could be the case as well.
Saving it for the end of the run.
Yeah, you know, you got to try to save something for that last stage. I mean, do you want to give up track position at this point? If there is a caution that does come out, do you want to come in for new tires? And at what point is it too late to come in for new tires?
Here, I don't feel like it's ever too late to go get a fresh set of tires.
Well, if you think about it, if you came in for a new set of tires, you're going to get a couple of followers, but are you going to have time to come back up front?
Oh, Saunders
Oh,
getting loose. That rear end kicking out on him, coming out of 2. Able to save it.
Well, after seeing that, I think we're going to have a lot of guys come. I think it would be worth it.
Yeah, 100%.
With the track getting this hot. Here, I know we're single filed out, but let's do a quick crank it up. Try it a little different this time. Coming out of the crank it up cleanly, Tyler Justice still with the commanding lead with a gap of about 0.7, almost 0.8 seconds.
He would love to bring that Reaper car home. I can guarantee you that. I know those guys constantly work on setup and just constantly striving for perfection of that team. So now Porter is doing everything he can to hold on, but you know he's just barely gathering in on entry. But it seems as if that Reaper setup is just much better off the corner, and that's where Porter gains and starts to pull away a little bit. On the entrance of the corner, Porter can come within. Oh, that time he really didn't. Let's see how he does in the next corner. This would be turn number 3. Let's see if Porter is faster. No, okay, at this point, he's just trying to stay away. All right. So now Justice is just... I have Justice in the pits?
No.
Nah, Justice is still out.
Yeah, that's what's going on here. All right. I didn't do a drinking game this week, right?
Not that we're aware of.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Here, we'll go on board with Justice to see what kind of line he's running here. See how well he's saving his stuff. So coming in 1 and 2, dashing down, he's tagging that dotted line there, driving it back up to the wall. Just pedaling that thing out just to make sure that you have all the grip you need to exit cleanly.
We haven't mentioned hardly at all is Terrell. He's moved up to 9th spot right now.
Yep, John Terrell, driver of the 98 car, currently sitting behind Stuart Walker. See the 13 get up into the wall. Terrell's going to have a run on him coming down the backstretch if we can get off cleanly. He does have a run, though. It's not quite enough to get his nose in a position to set up a pass.
But you know what, though? I think he's doing the right thing right now, just kind of hanging back there, just trying to be patient. It looks like he's struggling a little bit off the corner. I think he's just, if he's just patient, he won't have to really try too hard for that pass.
Yeah, you remember during the stage break there, Stuart mentioned his car is It's not the best on the long run. He's feeling like he had to save it a bunch of times. I mean, as we've seen, looks like he's getting up into the outside wall. Just a little tightness for him late in the run. So we'll keep an eye on Stewart and John here as we come to lap 119. I'm sorry, I think we just came to lap 118. See 98 look on the inside of Stuart Walker.
Don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah, it's just going to back off, make the smart decision there.
Give it a couple more laps. He'll get him. The reason why he backed off is because he's trying to stay clean, but you look behind him in his rear view mirror, and we got one car. Is that the 15 car there? Yeah, it is, man.
Yeah,
Talk about a guy that hasn't had any luck.
Yeah, a couple of early incidents for Tyler Krozak. Currently riding around, laps down, but getting some good laps in here. Coming back up to the front, Joe Stafford trying to work around the 76 is Salmon, who's gotten loose out of several times this evening. And Zach Saunders actually has closed the gap on Joe Stafford. He's breathing down his neck here as we come to lap 120.
Yep.
Zach Saunders up a total of 24 spots from the start of this race. Currently sitting P4.
If you think about it, if there's a caution and you come in for fresh tires, there's only 12 cars on the lead lap right now.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if you see all 12 of those cars coming in for fresh rubber if they have them. Yeah, I am definitely. But at what point is it too late to come in?
Maybe probably less than like 15 to go, maybe 10 to go. I feel like kind of pushing it, depending on where you're at.
Yeah, I think it's one of those situations where you have to follow the guy in front of you, but or do what the leader does and just make sure you don't get faked out. So some guys are some of you Crown Jewel guys are pretty cruel when it comes to your fake outs. I've been caught before.
And Zach, after closing the gap a bit on Stafford, has fallen back just a little bit. Wonder if he's trying to save his stuff here. You know, it could always be if Stafford just is pushing harder now, or Zach is fading just a bit. We'll just have to wait and see how that plays out.
Well, we're now down to 25 to go. As you can see, our counter has switched over. And right now, Justin is trying to stretch his lead out to 2 seconds. Corner of the 04 car just came on.
Oh, the 93 just got spun.
Oh, no. And we got
the
it off the track.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I
Pit
tried
road, get ready. You're about to get busy.
Tried to switch it there. 93 just gets loose out of 2, and Caleb Sheets just trying to stay on the outside there, and I think they just came together.
That was so ugly, even Xander Short would have swiped right. Yeah, that wasn't good.
Kind of hard to see this going over with Caleb Sheets. Yeah, so you see the cars checking up in the 97, just doesn't see him coming from 2 cars back and tries to move up to the outside, and Sheets was there. So a lot of drivers down pit lane. Your leader, Justice, Porter, Stafford, Jensen, Saunders, Sheets, Terrell, Joly, Deach, Kallhoff, Campbell, all in for fresh tires here. Less than 23 laps to go by the time they come out.
Now you've got a 20-lap shootout. Everybody has fresh tires on the lead lap. So, hey, this is going to be fun. Place your bets, folks.
Yeah.
Who do you think? Let's hear it. Who do you think?
I mean, I think Justice coming out P1, he's going to be able to fire off, and I I think the boys behind him are just gonna be racing too hard for them to do anything to get to him. But that's my pick.
Yeah, that Reaper setup just seems to be working magic here. He's able to pull away at will. His car handles good high, good low. We really haven't seen him slow down at all in a 30 lap or so stint, and we only have 20 laps to go by the time we go green. So it's up to him just to keep, the front of the car in the front and the back of the car in the back. That's really basically what he needs to do, and it sounds easier than what it actually is. Plus, you're going to have Porter. Porter's not going to be saving anymore. He's going to be full throttle and hanging on. So isn't the 60 car of Saunders. Stafford, we know he's fast. We've seen him do it before, and we've talked about him just about every single race. And then you got Jensen, who showed up to race tonight. Plus, you have the 08 of Joly, who we've seen finish on the podium more than once this year. So, we've got some Canadians, some Americans. We got all kinds of mixes up front.
That we do. And it looks like Josh Stoltz might have been lucky dog, so he's actually back on the lead lap here. Though I don't think he was able to pit. So not 100% sure what happened to him, but he was pretty fast car early in this race. But going a lap down there, hitting under green, has to have been damaged. And you see pace car take that hard left turn on the pit lane. Justice in control of the field, coming to this late restart here at Arlington Raceway. Look for Justice to get a great leap on the inside, and he does just that.
There it is.
Waiting for the start finish to move up.
Now, I don't know if you caught it or not, but really the front pack, the cars on the lead lap, were all together on this restart. And then there was kind of a gap. A lot of cars were coming from the back, really full throttle, trying to catch up to the field at that restart. But we almost just had another caution right there. Yeah. I'm not sure who it was, but they almost collected together.
Yeah, I think I saw a flash of purple in the middle. Having to go down low to keep his car alive there. And this front four is going to single file it out here. 20 laps to go here. Oh, you see Jay Salmon on the outside wall back there, causing cars to fan out. We're still rolling.
Yeah, you know what? Hopefully it's going to be pretty difficult to get a caution flag to throw at this point of the race. 19 to go. Let's get it done. Really, it's what we need to do. Justice, Porter, Stafford still hanging together, really trying to hold on. I don't think that these guys really can save anymore. It's go time. I don't care who you are.
And you saw Campbell way high on turns 1 and 2. He's working the outside of Colby DiCarlo, sorry. And he's going to lose some momentum there, and Stewart's going to be able to slide ahead of the Jurassic Park car there.
I got to be honest with you, they just scared me. I thought they were going to go 3 wide there for a second, but that would have ended horribly. I think you'd wreck three wide here if it was a red flag. So there's no time can you be 3 wide at this track.
17 now.
And everybody at this point, if you look, everybody is using the same line. Everybody's front to back. So 17 to go. If you've got anything, now's your time. And as you can tell, they're too fanned out. This is pretty much going to be your race unless somebody hits the wall or we have another caution flag. But it's all Justice's race in that Reaper car. That 82, he's looking very strong today as well.
Yeah, Campbell, I think he's currently sitting P2 in points. Let me verify that. Sorry, P3 in season standings. Just inside a top 10 finish for him, but he always runs strong wherever we go.
Yeah, well, it ain't over yet, so And it's nice to see Hume up in the 14th. One of the guys who always gets snaked. I shouldn't have said that. Oh, what was I just thinking? I'm sorry, buddy. I shouldn't have said that. Oh, boy. Anyways. It works on some people, not all people.
Yeah, as long as you don't say Michael Beach, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not how I pronounce it, so I make sure. Made sure I asked last time. I'm not going to do that again. I figured out a trick on how to remember it. So.
Oh, is it Deitch? Deitch?
It's Michael Deitch. It's
Deitch.
Deitch would be 2 E's, so
okay.
It's Deitch with the I.
Deitch,
so.
Deitch.
Yeah. Just remember the I. So just go by the I. Make it fun.
As you see, the 98 John Terrell actually right on the rear bumper, the 17 of Michael Deitch, heading through turns 1 and 2. Trying to pick up a late spot
with the fuel mileage.
13 to go. Still a decent amount of time to make this pass here for John Terrell on Deitch. Sorry, it's gonna take a minute.
Oh, that was perfect. You see that
17
17
getting into the
car.
able to keep his momentum up, coming out onto the backstretch. Sometimes, yeah, if you get into the wall in 1 and 2, you can still keep that thing moving through there.
Yeah, you kind of ricochet off the wall better here than you do at some of the other tracks. It's definitely not a Martinsville, but it's, I'm not sure if it's the angle or whatever it's on, but it just kind of keeps the cars going around without too much damage.
Yeah, and a couple of positions entering the battle stay as Joe Stafford, Zach Saunders now less than the 10. Zach Saunders right behind Joe Stafford here, looking to pick up the podium spot from Stafford.
Trying. I think that last race, didn't that 60 car finish 4th as well, just outside the top 3?
Yep, Zach Saunders finished 4th last week.
4th last week, so he's I know he wants to improve that with only 8 laps to go, 9 laps to go now.
Yes, sir. 9 laps to go here at Darlington Raceway. Zach Saunders working hard on the 2 of Joe Stafford, trying to get this pass done to secure a podium spot.
Any little miscue, and you can gain that position.
Joly looking inside.
Yep.
Henry, Kallhoff.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the splits with Zach and Joe, but further back, yep, we have the 08 car of Joly trying to get the pass done on the 63 to secure a top 6. So a couple late battles here. Hopefully all passes will be calculated and done cleanly. As you see,
Oh man,
Henry
everybody's
throwing a
getting
big
loose
block.
off too.
Henry throwing a big block on Joly there. Joly's going to roll the bottom. He's going to be side by side coming down to the front stretch, and caution's out. Caution's out.
Caution.
Whoa!
Oh man.
Oh, now we're gonna have a 3-lap shootout, 3 or 4 lap shootout.
Oh yeah, there it is in the back there.
Oh!
Looks like the 15 got on the outside, and 4 of Keith Hume, who you mentioned earlier, just had nowhere to go. Though it looks like his car is mostly damage free.
They had been exchanging some words in the session.
Yeah,
For a couple laps.
Yeah,
was he trying to get around 15 maybe because he's down laps, or?
Yeah, I just heard the 4 yelling at the 15 for racing him so hard while he's laps down.
Gotcha. Yeah. So that does bring up the caution. We're gonna have a shootout here.
I am never going to mention Schum again on any broadcast.
So decision time. Let's see.
There's 14 cars in the lead lap. Yeah, they're all coming. Everybody's coming.
Any brave souls will take 2 here. You see Tyler Justice leading the field down pit lane.
Wow. I did not expect this.
And you'll see Stoltz coming in too after getting the lap back, getting back on the lead lap. So he's going to be able to come in, put fresh tires on that thing, and see what kind of spots he can pick up here late. Moving back up, Porter into his stall just fine. Stafford in stall just fine.
Richard Myers, Leroy Seller, and Ted Lisby may have stayed out. I don't know if they're getting the wave around or if they just stayed out completely. The 3 and the 25 are both on the lead lap.
Oh, and you see Saunders come out way before Tyler Justice there.
Saunders take 2?
Gonna have to look at the times here. Pit time for Saunders was 9.7, which is
He took 2.
several seconds under than the standard,
took
which is
2.
around 15. Yeah, so
Let's
Had
see
to
if
take
he
2.
took right or left.
Let me take a gander.
I think he took right.
I would imagine you take rights. Can't imagine taking lefts only.
Yeah, maybe at New Hampshire, but not here.
So Justice is gonna
Yeah,
be
2 tire
lining
stop
up
for Saunders.
on
Right
the
side.
inside of Saunders here. Saunders is electing to start on the outside. The rest of the cars being waved around, so they'll be the front row here coming to the end of this thing. Behind Saunders, Joe Stafford in the 2 car, and then on his inside, Cody Porter in the 04. So this is going to be a restart. That definitely is beneficial to Saunders, who's going to be able to determine the restart here. Let's see if Justice can match his speed off the restart with 4 fresh tires rather than just 2.
Yeah, the 4 and the 15 are swerving back and forth at each other.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, you see
No,
the
they
15
were.
get into the back there.
Yeah,
Oh, but
he
he
just
spun
turned
him.
him under caution.
He spun him.
He turned him under caution.
Oh, who turned who? I didn't
The
see
4
it.
just turned the 15 under caution.
Oh, boy.
I don't think we're delaying it. I guess we're still going green, so. Did we delay it? Yeah, we delayed it. Okay. Yeah, you want to go look at that. The 4 just completely turned the 15.
Yeah, just back it up here. Just be sure we catch all the drama. So we have the
Apparently
15 and the
15
4
was-
just involved in that incident, bringing out this caution. See the 4 come around to take his
15
position from the
swiping at him.
15.
Apparently the 15 was hitting the 4 on pit road too. So yeah, he just turned him. Just turned
What?
him. That was certainly something.
And they're still lined up next to each other.
Next
so,
to each other.
let's see what happens here. If this was last season, we would definitely mention Gordon the Warden having to take a
Yeah.
hard look at that, because yeah, the 15's treating you like crap there, but spinning someone under caution, that's always a tough look too. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
those
somebody's
keys
going
can,
to be taking a vacation.
yeah.
Somebody. This is definitely been an eventful one. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, so with
Yeah,
all
here we
that said,
go.
you see him
All
lined
right,
up in the
here
back
we
there
go.
with pace cars off. Zach Saunders in command of this field with Tyler Justice to his inside. Let's see how good of a jump Saunders can get on the restart here with those 2 tires. So Saunders able to get off to a great jump with the green flag in the air. Justice having to slide in behind him.
Oh, the 26 just got turned. Oh, he saved. Nope. Nathaniel Campbell got turned. No caution.
Caution out. We're still racing down the backstretch here. Justice behind Saunders. He's right on his bumper, going to 3 and 4. Saunders' car actually looking pretty good through 3 and 4, able to make it stick. Let's see if Justice with the higher line has some momentum coming onto the front stretch here. Saunders gonna have to throw some sort of block. White flag lap here.
Gotta be good.
Does he rough him up at all?
Justice getting the back of Saunders. Saunders getting Saunders down the backstretch. 3 wide now. Cody Porter on the inside. Cody Porter on the inside, looking to steal the Justice, gets loose above Porter. Porter loose.
No, they saved it. Oh, it's a, I don't even know what to say.
Justice on the outside, he's going to ride and take the green.
22 gets
Oscar Jensen's spinning.
It's the 17. Wow.
Man.
Wow.
And Justice going to come out with the win there. Saunders finishing 6th. Porter dropped all the way back to 11th after making it 3 wide down the backstretch there.
Somebody grabbed my depends. Puppet just made a boom boom. I have not seen a race that crazy on the last lap ever.
Let's go back and look at that thing.
Absolutely insane.
Let's go back to the white flag there.
That was. Did Saunders get loose or did he bump him?
So you see Saunders take the white flag here. 6 of Tyler Justice behind him. And 6 just ever so gently taps.
Oh, he did give him a little nudge. Got him a little upset. And then a little bit more contact.
Then
look at this move on the bottom line by Son. Oh.
Man. And then Saunders gets
so
tapped.
Hard, old school. Look at this.
Jensen gets spun.
Oh, man. Oh.
And Kallhoff ended up second.
After all that, Kallhoff finishing 2nd place there. Joly up to 4th place. Terrell up to 5th place. Man. So a lot of late drama there. Stoltz up to 7th place too.
That was awesome. Wow, there is gonna be a lot of unhappy people tonight.
And that was 11 cautions total, so the under, unless my math is wrong, the under won too.
Ooh.
Wow. That was insane.
I'll tell you what, Radioactive, that they need to do it next week for this series after this race.
Yeah, I can promise you this one was wild.
Wow. Man.
I thought Cody was gonna steal that thing, but he let that car roll up a little bit too much into Saunders, causing all that contact and allowing Justice just to have the momentum on the outside there. But, wow.
Saunders was not happy about that one. I heard that.
I'll tell you what, Nathan Campbell, I know it's hard work. If you do a Radioactive for this series next week for us, or play it whenever, I'm going to try to talk you into it. I will put up a 10 spot for the winner of I'll put a putt into the winner of the All-Star race. How about that?
Man, so putting a cap on that thing, that was a great race at Darlington. Yes, we had early cautions, but a lot of great green flag racing with a great finish there at the end. Drivers putting everything on the line there. Obviously, a lot of tempers between the driver. I mean, I assume Saunders is mad at Justice, and then he's also mad at Porter. So he has 2 people to talk to once he gets out of the race car. But as for us, we'll be looking for the top 3 here for post-race interviews. Top 3, again, Tyler Justice finishing 1st place tonight. Henry Kallhoff able to steal a 2nd place finish tonight. And Joe Stafford finishing 3rd. So great finish for those 3. All hard fought to the end there, man. And
my man Hume in the 4 car, even though I made him crash earlier, still managed to come out of here with a top 10.
At what cost? We'll see how hard the the race control comes down on him. Obviously, a lot of tempers were flaring
Well,
between him.
that's Hume. I think you're thinking of. I believe was it Hume?
Yeah,
oh, that's right. The
it
four
was
car
4
was
and
involved in
15.
that.
Yeah.
That's right too. So yeah, and
All
we'll
right.
see what happens there. That's a good one.
So let me look at the Discord here to see if we have the drivers in the podium channel. Yep, looks like that we do. First we'll be talking to Joe Stafford, driver of the 2 car. Let's get him in here. Mr. Joe Stafford in booth, you got us?
Yeah, gotcha, guys.
Man, so walk us through that last restart there, the white flag coming to the checkered. What was on your mind? What were you seeing?
That last lap was just hectic. But on the restart, I was just trying to get a good restart. Got a pretty good one, I'd say. Um, and yeah, found myself, I guess, in third or fourth at that point. I don't even know. The last lap was just so insane. All I remember is just going into three. They're 3 wide, and they start wrecking. I guess I get off the brakes because they're wrecking, and my car loses it because I just let off the brakes for some reason. I fly up into the wall. Everyone's just trying to get spots at that point. It was crazy.
Yep, it looks like we're riding on board with you now. Don't know if you have the stream pulled up, but you might be a little bit delayed anyway. But yeah, you see all 3 of them come together there. You kind of just bounce off the wall, and they're still wrecking out of 4. So you definitely. Sorry, I'm just watching this back now. It looks like the seas divided perfectly for you, and you're able to slide underneath. But then Oscar gets underneath you, but then he gets spun. So. Man, just a crazy finish for you there. And great job being able to keep that car rolling and navigate through all that madness at the end of the race there. And I mean, I'll say steal a P3, but you had a solid car most of the night. We saw you flip the stage for stage 1. That was able to put you in a good position coming into the final stage and keep it ahead of Saunders there. How did the car feel for you after you flipped the stage? Were the tires really wearing on you?
Yeah, they were wearing out, but I think deeper into that run, thankfully we got a long run there in stage 2, and it benefited me for undercutting that stage 1 and getting that track position. So it helped out altogether. But yeah, we were pretty fast. I just want to thank Factory Motorsports for having me prepared every week, and these past few weeks I haven't been very good. So happy to get a good finish for them, and shout out to Chester Water Authority, Shadow Realm Drift, and Money House Racing.
Yeah, man. Well, a great bounce back week for you. P3 here at Darlington Raceway. Great job.
Congratulations, man.
Great job driving that thing all night, and you have a good rest of your evening.
Yeah, you guys too.
Oh, man.
That was Joe Stafford, driver of the 2 car. Believe he's currently sitting, if I take a quick look, P15 in standings. So podium finish for him tonight will be great for his season points, and look for him to keep moving up through the standings.
Yeah, you know what? This finish could very well push him right up into, the top group in the playoffs. So right now, I believe he may be in the points chase just on the points alone.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like he said that he's not very fast, but I always feel like we're calling his name on here. He always shows up and drives a consistent race. I think he's been caught up in a couple wrecks early, so finally able to get a good result here. Obviously, a little bit of luck involved with that late caution coming out, but regardless of that, I think he was top 5. So regardless of the caution or not, he would have finished pretty strong here tonight. All right, next up, Henry Kallhoff, driver of the 63 car, finishing P2. Again, a lot of late drama. Henry was able to navigate through that. Let's get him pulled up in the booth here.
All right.
Mr. Kallhoff, you're in the booth. You got us?
Yes, I do.
So walk us through those last couple laps, that last restart there for you. I'll try to get it pulled up on the replay if you want to watch my stream, but in Discord, that is. Let's see.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna look at the replay, but man, that that was something. I love Darlington. It's one of my favorite tracks, and got to run this race. Throwback, it's a paint scheme to my great uncle who raced in the Midwest a lot. So, special paint scheme, and so throughout the race, the car was really good, and it's just when I got damaged on the right side, that's what caused me to slow down a lot, so I wasn't able to keep up. And once I got that fixed, the car was just back to normal. I mean, it was such a good car. It was just the tire wear kind of bit me there on the long run, but I said to the people in my voice chat, if we can get a caution around lap 40, that'd be great. And then, what do you know? But so then we pitted, and trying to think what there was another caution. I forgot what for, but got myself positioned to where we I was able to be with them for the restart with a couple laps to go, be on the outside, and I think coming to the white flag, you see, on the replay there, they went 3 wide off, turn 2. I'm like, oh, that's not going to work out, and so
Are you
I was
looking at my screen share in Discord right
yeah,
now?
yeah,
Okay, I'll
yeah, I'm
play it.
looking
I'll
at
play it then.
yeah, yeah.
So
So they go 3 wide there, and like I know that's not going to work unless someone backs out. I know it's nobody's going to back out. So then they're all sliding. I'm like, oh man, and I'm trying to like get to the bottom in case like they're all on the wall, which
uh-huh.
you see right there. They're all on the wall. And so I was trying to get it down so I could, pass all of them, hopefully. And then they kept wrecking, put my foot to the floor, and just hope I wouldn't get clipped, as you see right there with the 97. But I mean, either way, second is such a good result for us. It's huge, and we've had some really good runs as of lately. Sixth at Martinsville, and lots of good things are to come for this team. And also, Michael, I believe, got sixth or eighth. I'll have to look at the timing and scoring, though. So it says eighth, but either way, still a really good result for us, and very much needed run for sure.
Yeah, and we saw the track temps get higher and higher. Did that? Could you definitely feel that in the race car as the race
Oh
went on?
yeah, like I mean, it was just super tight, and it might have been because of damage, but it just got super,
Hmm.
out of the groove, and like it was hard to like rotate the corner, especially in 1 and 2. It wasn't bad in 3 and 4, just because if you were out of the throttle, you'd be able to hold the line. But in 1 and 2, you go in there so quickly, you kind of have to just diamond the corner, and that's what made the car worse in terms of handling. So, but either way, still really good result, and I can't thank Michael enough for helping me out with the setup, and really good result, and we're looking forward to tomorrow.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
So I hate to do this. I hate to drag you down into the drama, but did you hear what happened between Tyler and Keith Hume there? We were watching that.
Well, I did hear on the radio that Tyler hit Keith on pit road or like ran into him, and that then the two was like beefing earlier about Tyler holding up Keith, and I don't know the
Okay.
whole story, but that's what I heard over the radio at least. So hopefully the two can settle that. Maybe they can go to Applebee's together. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, that's all we'll ask about that. But nothing to take away from your great finish tonight. Bill, do you have anything for
Oh
him?
yeah.
No, he actually answered my question. I was going to ask about which corner was worse, which corner was better, and he just answered it.
Sorry about
Bro,
that.
we talk about you every week. You always have a fast car. You always do well. You finally didn't get snake bit, and
Yeah.
you got a second place finish. Congratulations.
Yep, thanks so much, man. And I've always loved Darlington. Ever since I became a fan, I've always loved the track. So get second here to finally have a good race here means a lot to me. So definitely very awesome for sure.
Yeah, and before you go, I just have a quick question. Is it Kallhoff or Kallhoff? Does either work?
Either way, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see, the weird thing about the family, there's not really an official way to say our last name. It's either one. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, it's
Yeah.
good to know, and I'm sure we'll be
Yeah.
saying your name a lot more as we move forward. I think.
Yeah, hope
Let me
so.
check the schedule here for next week, unless you know off the top of your head. I think next week we are at. Let's see, Bristol.
Bristol.
How you
Yeah.
feel about Bristol?
Well, I don't know if I'm going to be racing next week. Kind of depends on what happens, but I love Bristol. It's a fun track. It's small track, and you're always going really fast there, but it's very it's not like Martinsville. You're always on the brakes, and it's really slow pace. You're always just going really fast and on the throttle. Kind of the example I use was, at short tracks when you're going to a corner, you're on the throttle. Then when you see God, you lift. But at Bristol, you're on the throttle, and when you see the devil, you're off the throttle. So it's scary for sure when you go into Bristol, just because you don't know what the car's gonna do. Especially, if, the rear of the car slides, and then you're just kind of done for. So,
Right.
yeah, I think Bristol's gonna be fun to watch. Hopefully, it's better than Martinsville, but you never know.
All
Hey,
right.
last year we had a lot of green flag laps, so
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think Bristol's gonna be fun. We're gonna have 3 trucks for Bristol. We're gonna have Zach and Neil once since Bunkley got suspended. Deitch in the 51, and Matthews going to 3, and the other 2 I'll have to look the roster. But yeah, good things to come for this team, and we're hoping to back that up tomorrow for sure.
All right, man. Well, great job on the P2 tonight. You have a good rest of your evening.
Yep, you too. Thanks so much for streaming the race for us.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. You have a good one.
Yep, you too.
That was Kallhoff in the 63 car. Don't think he's actually a full-time Xfinity driver, but always shows great pace when he participates. So great P2 finish for him tonight. So that leaves us with Tyler Justice, winner of the race here at Darlington this evening. Let me see if I can get him pulled up. Tyler, in the booth, you got us?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Man, so quite the finish there. I'm gonna have the replay pulled up on my Discord screen share. So if you want to click on my name, we'll walk through that together.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So this is the white flag lap. Let me go roll bar. So we see you behind Saunders here. Obviously, you took 4 tires. Saunders only took 2. So we were expecting to have a great run on him. Obviously, the bumping, is going to happen when you get checked up real hard like that. I think that was about the softest tap you could give somebody. So definitely tough racing coming out of the corner there. I don't know if you guys have talked it over yet, but hard racing for sure.
Yeah, no, it was a crazy battle, especially for a little 2-lap shootout there. Yeah, I didn't know if he took 2 or if he stayed out, so I really wasn't 100% sure of the situation there, but obviously he was kind of upset with me, and I guess he has the right to be, but a shootout like that to the finish, you're gonna have a little bit of contact here and there, which, not that I was meaning to make contact. I didn't even think I made contact when I was behind him, but it might have been the littlest tap, and we kind of went through there, and he wiggled a little bit, and I kind of halfway through the corner, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna set myself up for the exit. So I went up to the wall to cross him back over, and when I went up to the wall, he slid again, and that's when I made my cut back down. And I guess we kind of made a little bit of contact at a 2 that got him a little loose again, and it kind of killed his momentum off the corner. But yeah, at that point, me and him were kind of slowed up coming off a 2, and he sent it down there 3. Porter sent it down there 3 wide on the bottom, and we kind of hit on entry, and it juked me up towards the wall. So I grabbed 3rd real quick, downshifted to see if I could get it to turn, and luckily it bit. And I center. I'm mad at that thing coming off the corner to try to get away from him as quick as I could, and luckily it worked out. Like I said, Zach, I can understand him being upset, and but we were just going all out for it there at the end, and it kind of stinks when the caution comes out late like that. You feel like you had the best car, and you led a lot of laps, and you put good distance on the field, and to have a caution come out late like that, and then somebody, like I said, I don't know if he took 2 or if he stayed out, but nonetheless, he had control of the restart there. Took 2, okay. So, but he did good that first lap. Like, I expected to blow right by him, but I guess having the left sides heated up kind of helped him there. And I was, for whatever reason, on my adjustments there, I was super loose, so probably went too far with those. But luckily, we're able to get back around him there. Like I said, I know he's upset, but it was a heck of a finish.
Yeah, I mean, I think you nailed it there. It's coming off of 4 here. When you see these cars wrecking behind you and you're in the lead, That has to be a great feeling for you, just because I mean, I'm just gonna say you pretty much dominated that race after those early passes in the race for the lead. So you definitely had the fastest car, in my opinion, tonight.
Yeah.
And Zach taking 2 there, definitely an aggressive move. He did his best to keep you behind him, but yeah, it's just hard racing there at the end.
Yeah, I mean it was aggressive, but it was smart nonetheless. I mean he held on good there for that first lap, and then like I said, those couple little slip ups in 1 and 2, and I could have hit him once or twice there in the center that made him loose, but I was just trying to pack air on his rear end because I knew he was going to be a little bit edgy there, so I was trying to stay as close as I could to make him a little bit uncomfortable, and then make my cut coming off of 2 just to get side by side with him. But yeah, going into 3, I mean you're in the middle 3 wide. I fully expected not to make it off of turn 4, to be honest with you, but we went in there, made contact. Like I said, I grabbed third gear and I centered as hard as I could on the top there, and got a good run off of 4. And luckily we cleared them off of 4. If we didn't clear them off the 4, we probably would have been collected in that mess and been hooking each other all the way to the line. And there's no telling who would have won at that point. So,
Yeah.
but no, it was a great race nonetheless. I love Darlington, so glad to hop in here and race that. And glad we were able to get some good long runs in there.
Yeah, I
Have
mean,
flashbacks to Ricky Rudd and Bush.
I honestly thought Porter might steal that, but his car was just a little too tight, and he came up into Zach going into 3 there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he had a good shot going into 3. I kind of wanted to keep my nose out entering 3, and when I saw him get a nose out, I knew he had kind of control of what he could do with me on entry there. So
Right.
he gave me a little bit of a shot, but Zach was kind of on him at that point too, and we made contact. But you got to expect that when you have a 2-lap shootout and somebody on older tires, there's going to be some mayhem. But luckily we all made it to turn 4 before we completely watered them up. So glad to get across the finish line.
All right, man, I hear you. So you're just part-time in Xfinity, right?
Yes, sir. Part-time in Xfinity. We went full-time Cup with Factory, so that's going to be our main gig there. And we just hop here whenever I can in the 6 car and run some laps. And like I said, I love the B car. I'd rather race the B car, but they wanted me in Cup, so that's where we're at.
All right, man. So yeah, we'll see you tomorrow evening here at Darlington, right?
Yes, sir. We'll be there.
All right. Well, great finish. That's your second win in the Xfinity car. I think your first one was at Miami, if I'm remembering correctly. So always strong performances when you sit down in these cars, and we look forward to you driving tomorrow night. I mean, I'll be driving too, but
sweet.
Yeah, but I think you guys Factory definitely has something special going on. You guys have a lot of speed, but we'll see what happens. We'll just have to wait and see. Bill, you got anything for him?
No, he's pretty much answered it all. Just, buddy, another great job tonight, and another fast car. Congratulations, man. Just not really much to say. You were the class of the field.
Yep.
I appreciate it, buddy. It was a fun race.
All right, man. Well, you have a good rest of your evening. Good job on the win tonight.
Yeah, real quick here, let me give a shout out to all my teammates at Legacy Esports, and shout out to Reaper Speed Labs. Thanks to Factory Motorsports for letting me drive tonight. Shout out Steven, and shout out Joseph for getting a good finish there too. Want to shout out everybody in the league, and thank you guys for broadcasting.
Yeah, man, great drive. You have a good one.
Appreciate it. You guys too.
That was Tyler Justice, driver of the 6 car for Factory Motorsports. He's actually just a part-time Xfinity driver, full-time Cup Series driver. So obviously a lot of talent in that 6 machine whenever he's lined up in there. And I mean, regardless of him being in there or not, Factory Motorsports is always having great speed in all the classes of cars. So looking forward to them and see what they can do for the rest of this season.
Yeah, too bad he moved up to Cup. I'd really love to see what he can. Well, we know what he could have done here.
Yeah.
Even in the Cup Series, he's been incredibly strong. So we'll be talking about him again tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. So all the driver interviews have been completed. Guys in chat, it looks like the under won tonight. I kind of want to double check. I feel like I need to verify that because I had 10 cautions, not including the stage cautions. Let me see if I can check with someone real quick. Let's see. You know what? I can do this actually. I have it in my live timing. All right, so I'm gonna count them right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 minus 2 is 11. Obviously minus 2 for the stages. So we had 11 cautions. So we came out underneath the 12.5 over under. So whoever betted the under there, you won. I believe it was John Woods, who was very nervous early betting the under, but he ends up with a great pay night in channel points. So congrats to you, Mr. Woods. And just thank you so much for everybody else who's in the chat, everyone else who joined the race tonight. We had a great race for you guys here at Darlington. Obviously off to a little bit of a slow start, but once we got going, we saw some great green flag racing. Be sure to follow the channel. Crown Jewel Racing Network will have Cup Series tomorrow night at Darlington. And then next week we'll be at Bristol. We'll have the Xfinity Series on Tuesday, and then the Cup Series Wednesday, and I believe Monday on a different racing network, they'll be having the trucks drive at Bristol too. So you better get the dub tomorrow, Thomas. You know, I'm gonna try, man. We got a lot of fast dudes in this league now. I kind of feel like
but you know what, Chachi, you've been fast, so you need to just go out there and you need to get it done.
Yeah. Hopefully I can keep the car clean and have a good race. So we'll see. But thank you guys in the chat, and thank you guys for coming out tonight. Be sure to follow the channel again. That way you know when we go live. Bill, thank you so much for being in the booth with me tonight. And Hayden, I think you had to leave, but always a great time with you guys. So everybody on Twitch, everyone in the chat, you guys have a great rest of your evening. And be sure to join us back right here on the Crown Jewel Racing Network for the Cup Series, Majors Garage Cup Series tomorrow night at Darlington. You all have a good one.
We'll see ya.